Right, what is going on, folks? We are here to check out CORVUS the Liberator, the Warhammer video, and then we're gonna have one last Primarch to check out, which is going to be Alfarius Omegon. All I know is somebody killed him; he did, and after that, then I've learned all about theirs. Not all theirs. I've learned the main thing is about the Primarchs. There is another series that the Remembrancer has about like the Chaos factions. So I am interested in that, and as well as all the miscellaneous things that I find myself interested in as well. Let's see if I'll be able to find it really quick. So videos to react to, just so you can see what I'm looking at.
Orcs are better than humans in every conceivable.
Here's my Orcs superior to humans, Warhammer 40K, Space Marine Heresy. Just a whole bunch of stuff on the right-hand side. I'm pretty sure this shows you. Let's see. Boom. Boom. Right. Yeah, let's make this huge. There you go. That's what she said. So, yeah, these are some of the videos I've saved. There's a lot of. There's 42 videos. Don't worry about Floyd Mayweather in here. So don't worry about Nico Robin. I was just on here and I saw things. So these are 42 videos that I saw. Yo, Malcador the Sigilite. Actually, I've already seen this one by Major Kill now, so I can remove it. Oh, I can't, not in this account. Anyways, so that's that. If you guys have other things you guys want to recommend, use the pinned comment to suggest things to me. A lot of people skip this part of the video because I see so many people do it in the regular comment section. Listen. Are you hearing this video and you still decide to do it in the regular comment section and not the pinned comment? I want to know how many people actually hear this and say, I don't care. I'm just going to put it wherever I want. And there's nothing wrong with that answer. I'm literally just curious. So with no further ado, we're going to jump into the reaction. If you guys haven't subscribed and you're listening to this, I invite you guys to do so. We're trying to get this channel to 20,000 subscribers, and I appreciate you for being part of that journey. I do. We're going to continue learning about things that we're interested in, and I hope you guys enjoy my company. Just checking out Warhammer, like an audio, something in the background. I think you're working on your car, doing something, jerking off, who knows. But, yep.
We have no room for...
Don't jerk off to my voice. It's kind of weird. Makes you want to drop a don't know. If you jerk off to my voice, I think you should drop a don't know. I really do. My Patreon is at a $1 tier. Join.
Hope. We plan and we act. Hope is for dreamers and poets. We have our will and our weapons.
I love
and
that.
We shall dictate our own fate.
Hope is for poets and philosophers.
Of his Imperium are heavily influenced by the planets and
I'm gonna write that down.
Of their upbringing. Molded on death worlds, feudal empires, and oppressive regimes, the Primarchs are akin in the methods in which they shouldered their respective burdens. Though many would resent their brothers' privileged positions, some would bear their struggle with quiet contemplation, and of all the Emperor's sons, a particular Primarch would incorporate his misfortune to forge his own ideals.
If you guys are new here and you see me typing away, don't worry about it. That's just me adding my notes, and I just accidentally closed it. God dang it. Just adding my notes. I like that hope is for philosophers, and god dang, I forgot it. I was writing it down. Hope is for philosophers. I forgot what it was. I'm actually just gonna go back. Screw it. We didn't get very far.
We have no room for hope. We plan and we act. Hope is for dreamers.
Dreamers and philosophers. We have no room for hope. We plan and we act. Hope is for dreamers and poets. There you go. I like that. These are kind of things that get me excited about this world. I know I'm strange. I hear something like that, literally I get excited. That's such a nice bar. We don't have time for hope. Hope is for dreamers and poets. We take action. There's no room for it. I love that. It shows what kind of man we're dealing with.
We shall dictate our own fate.
We should dictate our own fate.
The Primarchs of his Imperium are heavily influenced by the planets and circumstances of their upbringing. Molded on death worlds, feudal empires, and oppressive regimes, the Primarchs are akin in the methods in which they shouldered their respective burdens. Though many would resent their brothers' privileged positions, some would bear their struggle with quiet contemplation, and of all the Emperor's sons, a particular Primarch would incorporate his misfortune to forge his own ideals. Primarch of the 19th Legion of Adeptus Astartes, CORVUS CORAX.
CORVUS.
During the scattering of the Primarchs, CORVUS CORAX would land on the moon of Lycaeus,
A moon?
orbiting the planet of Kievar. The planet was more advanced than most others with which the Primarchs would inhabit. A forge world that gorged itself on the planet's plentiful minerals extracted from the non-atmospheric moon, its harvest mined by legions of slaves.
Oh my god.
Under the watch of heavily armored guards, the slave labor would consist of criminals, workers who had underperformed on their work quotas, and political opponents of the ruling class.
Crazy work.
One such slave, Nasturi Ephrenia, would discover the pale infant inside his capsule.
I don't know how to express this is such a casual statement. To have an entire planet used for mining. There is no quality of life. There's no trees. There's no plants. The air, the oxygen, it sucks. There's smog all over the air. Like, that is a terrible, terrible thing.
The prisoners...
And it makes sense in a world where space travel is because, you know, home on Earth, we have pockets that we keep pristine and other parts that we shit on. But when you have space travel, then you have parts of the galaxy that you shit on and parts of the galaxy you keep pristine, right? So this is your child sweatshop, basically. You know, we have sweatshops, not in a, well, technically, but, you know, Western countries typically, they cooperate with some other country that has a sweatshop. So this is the sweatshop, you know?
Would raise the child in secret, naming him CORAX, translated from Lycaeus' dialect to mean the deliverer. As the Primarch grew, the slaves would teach him skills to defend himself and eventually fight back against their oppressors. Mastering urban warfare, close-quarters combat, and demolitions, CORAX would become a fierce warrior.
I like this.
It would also be taught philosophical and political theory. With CORAX's accelerated maturation, the slaves of Lycaeus would look to him as a symbol, the soon-to-be savior they had desperately waited for. CORAX finally grew to be a fierce leader and began organizing the slave labor force into teams of freedom fighters. With each skirmish, his resistance would amass stockpiles of weapons and conceal caches amongst the camps, orchestrating guerrilla campaigns of psychological warfare, riots, and precision strikes.
That's how you do it.
Breaking the morale of their oppressors and draining their garrisons of strength, the resistance numbers swelled, leading to their final assault. Strategically targeting the Lycaeus Defense Force's security points.
I love these shields. I know they said it's more advanced than the previous worlds. Does this guy not have a body? What is his legs made of? This is so cool. It's one of the coolest things I've seen so far. His planet's
targeting the
badass.
Lycaeus Defense Force's security points, CORAX would lure Kievar's rulers into a trap. Outmaneuvering the Lycaeus forces with his own battle-forged warriors, CORAX destroyed their supply lines and struck the 5 largest cities of Kievar with atomic mining charges. The charges snuck aboard transport shuttles, their detonation crippling Kievar's factories. Unable to construct materials and facing a critical loss of raw minerals, the tech guilds of Kievar collapsed, tearing themselves apart in the incitement of civil war.
This is absurd.
Nuclear warfare cleansing the planet of its corrupt tyrants. And from the ashes of war, millions of freed slaves would celebrate their emancipation.
I can't believe we're even having nuclear conflict.
The Primarch's resistance, deliverance.
Wow.
That same day, the Emperor of Mankind would arrive, meeting with his long-lost son.
Did they say this moon had no atmosphere? I'm gonna go check that out in the beginning, but I'm gonna go to the video. I'm gonna check that part out again.
He would converse with the Primarch for a day and a night, appointing him the Primarch of the 19th Legion on the condition that the Emperor would bring peace to Kievar. With the aid of the Adeptus Mechanicum.
Yeah, that's bullshit, man. me tell you why that's bullshit. Straight up. I'll never forgive him for it. My boy Angron, all his men got left on that planet. The Emperor didn't do anything to help Angron's men. And this guy got peace. Angron asked for the same thing. They just teleported that man out. He don't treat his sons fairly, man. He don't treat his sons fairly. You know who I am? I'm the son who didn't fight. I'd be like, nah, this is some bullshit. Y'all gonna work this out. I'm taking me and my legions, and we're just gonna be posted up and just chilling. And whoever looks like they're on the verge of losing, like really losing, we just might come through and sneak them, just so that whoever wins won't be too mad at us for staying out. So we'll aid the winner right at the very end. You know, we'll come through kind of like America did in the World Wars. You kind of where I learned it from. After a bunch of conflict, you kind of, you know, watch them duke it out, and you're like, you know what? This is the side. On back this side. It's getting a little crazy over there. They got a whole bunch of camps. I don't know what's up with that camp situation, but we got to get involved. That's crazy. So that's how I'm going to treat it.
The world would be transformed. The Black Tower, which once housed the tyrannical guards of Lycaeus, redubbed as the Raven Spire. Fortress Monastery of the 19th Legion.
Raven Guard. Man.
Unleashed upon the enemies of the Imperium during the Great Crusade, the Raven Guard would prove to be masters of sabotage and strategy. Regularly deployed by the Warmaster Horus Lupercal to conduct covert operations, sabotage, infiltration, and lightning-fast precision strikes.
I like this group.
At the Battle of Gate 42, CORAX would lose thousands of Astartes within his legion, most of which had been Terran-born. After the battle, Horus Lupercal and Corvus CORAX would never see eye to eye. Unable to reconcile their differences, CORAX would refuse to allow the Warmaster to command his forces. The Primarchs' continued distrust of Terran-born Astartes had been bolstered, disgusted by their proclivity to
so his legion is the Raven Guard.
Enforce the Imperium's will.
Hold on. His legion is the Raven Guard. Legions, Raven Guard. Give me a second. I'm missing some things. I gotta keep my stuff organized, you know. Like sometimes I'll show you if it'll let me. I'll show you just so you guys can follow my process. Like there are some people who I didn't write legions for, and now my notes are all over the place. So I'm like, what? Where are my other notes? I got my favorite legion: Salamanders, White Scar, Space Wolf, Ultramarines. And I'll be honest with you, Ultramarines is pretty much second. Pretty much second. It's really a toss up between the Ultramarines. You know what? I do like Revute more than Vulcan, but it's just there's nothing wrong with Vulcan. He's just too nice of a guy. I need a little bit of edge in you, man.
Had been bolstered, disgusted by their proclivity to command his forces. After the battle, Horus Lupercal and Corvus CORAX would never see eye to eye in strikes. At the Battle of Gate 42, CORAX would lose thousands of Astartes within his legion, most of which had been Terran-born. After the battle, Horus Lupercal and Corvus CORAX would never see eye to eye. Unable to reconcile their differences, CORAX would refuse to allow the Warmaster to command his forces. The Primarchs' continued distrust of Terran-born Astartes had been bolstered, disgusted by their proclivity to enforce the Imperium's will via terror tactics akin to the 8th Legion, the Night Lords. CORAX would further hone his legion to uphold their duty to act as liberators of the oppressed, rather than tyrants hell-bent on accomplishing compliance of worlds by any means necessary. CORAX would send the remaining companies of his legion that were Terran-born to far-flung regions of unexplored space, further purging his legion's ranks of those not born on deliverance.
Terra.
Despite this, much to his chagrin, CORAX would often be compared to the Primarch of the Night Lords Legion, Konrad Curze.
Wow.
Not only were the two Primarchs similar in appearance, but they also bore striking resemblance in their methods of waging war.
They both have claws. I had noticed that. I think one has a claw and the whip, and God dang, Conrad has the two claws. I'm picking that up, And depending on how this story ends, I think I might be with Corvus. Because if I can get Conrad Kurz that doesn't murder innocent women, I think I'll be happy. You know what I mean? I love Conrad Kurz. We had a couple of things about him. It's like, we don't know about that. We didn't see that, you know? But I'm liking Corvus. I like what his group stands for. Yeah, man, precision attacks, and he's in and out, speed. This man has a jetpacks. I'm liking Corvus.
CORAX would revile such comparisons as much as the Night Haunter, disturbed at the notion his legion were akin to the Night Lords in their use of mass slaughter. During the Carinae Retribution, the two Primarchs would nearly come to blows over their differences. Yet with the intervention of Jago Sevatarian, first captain of the 8th Legion, no blood would be spilled that day. Yet rivers of blood would flow from the 19th Legion, with the betrayal of Istvan V.
Istvan V.
The dropsite massacre of Istvan V would break the loyalist legions of the Iron Hands.
The dropsite massacre. Istvan V. Istvan V. Dropsite massacre. Let's see. Who are we going to learn it from? The Remembrancer? What did Corvax do? Oh, Corvax gets a lot of love. So it looks like we're gonna learn it from the Remembrancer. Istvan V. Yep. The Remembrancer is going to do it. How long is that video? 34 minutes? Okay. I think that's a very important video. It's like in every it's the point of the betrayal. So I just gotta get all the details.
Salamanders and Raven Guard. Led by Ferrus Manus,
Ferrus
Primarch of the
Manus.
Iron Hands, the loyalist legions would be slaughtered by the combined might of 8 traitor legions.
Damn, dog.
Despite being severely outnumbered, the Raven Guard would endure.
That's crazy.
CORAX would face Primarch Lorgar of the Word-Bearers Legion in single combat, impaling him with his lightning claws, yet be prevented from landing the killing blow by Conrad Kurz.
Oh.
Kurz would injure the Raven Lord, yet CORAX would escape the battle, wounded, but alive. For the next 98 days, CORAX would leave his forces in a grueling guerrilla war.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yet through the cunning and unknowable intent of the Alpha Legion, Primarch Alfarius would allow the Raven Guard an opportunity to escape. Quitting the Istvan system, CORAX would command his legion to return to Deliverance, whilst he would travel to Holy Terror to seek counsel with the Emperor.
Okay.
The Emperor knew that the 19th Legion, decimated by the Dropsite Massacre, was now unable to provide the much-needed force of arms to defend the Imperium.
Dang.
Providing Corvus with a psychic vision, the Emperor
this is so much cool stuff.
The Imperium. Providing
wait.
Corvus
I need to get
Massacre
that.
was
Yo, look at this picture. It's so hard. He has a dagger and a gun. He is so hard, man. That pause. But you know what I
now
mean.
unable to provide the much-needed force of arms to defend the Imperium. Providing Corvus with a psychic vision, the Emperor
so
would show
badass.
his son the location of a laboratory which housed the infant Primarchs and held stores of their genome. Enduring through the laboratory's defensive system, known as the Labyrinth, CORAX would succeed in his task, retrieving the Primarch genomes and entrusting them to his newly appointed chief apothecary, Vicente VI, implanting the genome into fresh recruits. With the aid of Mechanicum Genitor, Nexin Orlandrias, Vicente would succeed. 500 war-ready Space Marines would be crafted in a matter of weeks.
Awesome.
With the 20th Legion would show their hand.
500.
Infiltrating the laboratory with the intent to steal the Raven Guard's newfound technology.
No.
Implanting the genome with a virus,
No.
the Alpha Legion would corrupt the newest recruits to the Raven Guard.
God, nothing ever works
preventing
out.
their legion's recovery.
Damn.
Corvus CORAX would utilize his remaining legion forces to conduct surgical strikes of critical enemy weak points for the remainder of the heresy.
I guess he had to.
Compensating for his legion's small numbers, CORAX would nonetheless aid the loyalist forces by instigating uprisings within traitor-corrupted
That's what
worlds.
I'm talking about. Corvus, I almost said Conrad. I like this guy. I like him, man.
eventually mustering the disparate 19th Legion companies into a united force. When the embers of heresy had finally died, Corvus would comply with the ruling of Rebute Gilliman of the Ultramarines
We
to separate
respect
his remaining
Rebute.
legion into chapters, deciding to end the lives of the mutated sons corrupted by the Alpha Legion, and locking himself within the Raven Spire to grieve at their loss. A year later, Corvus Corax would leave the Raven Spire and Deliverance, setting a course directly into the
what's
Eye
up with the
of
Eye
Terror.
of Terror? Leave it
Corax
alone.
would exact his revenge for his fallen brothers, Ferrus Manus, Vulcan, and the Imperium of Man itself.
That's my boy.
With exposure
Please don't
to
die.
the warp, Corvus Corax would be mutated by its strange powers, transforming into a creature of shadow. The being that had once been the Primarch of the Raven Guard would mete out retribution to the traitorous Word-Bearers. Engaging in a duel with Lorgar Aurelian,
I
the
almost want to
warp-infused
cry.
monster would dominate the now demon prince of the Word-Bearers.
The warp-infused monster.
As Lorgar retreated from the battle, Corax would swear to kill his fallen brother, ending his tyranny and absolving his legion of their shame.
Wow.
His final words to his legion on the world of deliverance
Wow.
promise to prevent further ruin at the hands of his traitorous brothers. Never more.
Never more.
The first axiom of victory is to be other than where the enemy desire you to be.
Yes.
The first axiom of stealth is to be other than where the enemy believes you to be. The first axiom of freedom is that justice without force is powerless.
Powerless. Justice without force is powerless.
Force without justice.
Woo! Bars! Bars, Corvus! Force without justice is tyranny. Ah, man. If you guys are in a rush, I am sorry, man. My boy over here, Corvus, is out here spitting, man. So the first act, I gotta get so much stuff. Hold on, man. Ain't nothing but bars, man. So, the first axiom of victory. Oh, I got a quote. This is great. The first axiom of victory is to be other than where the enemy desire you to be. Yeah, that's fire, man. This is Art of War stuff, man. This is Art of War stuff. All right. Yeah, my ranking is going to be crazy after this.
The first axiom of stealth is to be other.
The first axiom of stealth. I love that. What are these axioms? I've never heard of that. Like, what is that? Is that a whole chapter of war psychology or war information? Stealth is to be other than where the enemy believes you to be. Bars, man. Yeah.
Than where the enemy believes you to be. The first.
I think I'm gonna put him as my second favorite Primarch, man. You know, Rebute is tough, man. It's tough. The thing is, it's all about the ending. Rebute is still here. My boy Corvus got turned to a raven monster at the end, so it's hard to endure with him as your character because of how his ending is. Rebute got plenty of story.
Axiom of freedom is that justice without force is powerless.
Beautiful.
Force without justice is tyranny.
That's the line. That's the line. That's what separates him from Conrad. Force without justice is tyranny. Yeah, I freaking love this quote. Good job.
This has been a tale of the great Imperium of Man.
Imperium
Read
of Man.
by the Remembrancer. Thank you for supporting the month of Primarch. My next book's
Primarch. Oh, that's
transmission
nice.
shall elucidate the sons of the Imperium throughout the millennia. Those who are chosen are influenced by your voice. Speak the imperial truth, and know no fear, for you are the subjects of his Imperium, and the grace of the Emperor lives within you.
Oh, the loyalist Primarchs.
The Primarchs.
You don't have to worry about it. I was trying to. Okay, so these are the loyalist Primarchs. Oh, It's just the Primarchs who are loyalists. It's nothing actually of value. Okay, like respectfully, I've already watched these videos. Yo, so up, I'm here. You know, I get a little excited sometimes. I'm moving CORVUS the Liberator up, guys. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, we ask that you guys do so. My goal is to get this side of things to 20,000 subscribers. That's really going to help this operation. And you can be part of that journey, folks. You can be part of this great empire by subscribing. So we're moving. Well, Volcus, why is Vulcan at the bottom? I'm gonna let that be right now. I could have sworn I had him higher up, so something probably got maxed. Lorgar? Oh, I really like, man was raised highly religious. Ooh, I really like Lorgar. I like Lorgar. Yeah. It's tough. So here is my official ranking right now. Rabute, Gilliam, Corvus, Lorgar is number 3rd. Then we got, this is really going to change as of right now. We are moving Conrad Kurz up. You know, the more I've been hearing about him, the more I feel about him, the more I hype him up. We got Fulgrim up here. Wait. Whose quote? I'm missing a quote. Oh, I should know it. It has been said by tacticians throughout the ages of mankind that no man survives. Oh, I don't know who said that quote. Give me a second. I screwed it up. Oh, that's Conrad Kurz's quote. All right. So we're going to move Conrad Kurz up here. And then we are moving Fulgrim up after that. And I'm pretty comfortable with this list. I really like Vulcan. I really like him. I respect him. But he's fairly bland. Great guy. Has done amazing things. Stood on business, never succumbed to chaos or torture. And it is funny how perfection can make somebody like, yeah, whatever. Because he's basically perfect. His legion is Raven Guard. What did I do here? I don't know. I think I moved that up. So, anyways, that's it, guys. That's my list. I have one more Primarch to go, but my top 3. My top 5. I want to do top 5. So I'm gonna leave out my homie Fulgrim. Rabute, Corvus, Lorgar, Conrad, Fulgrim. This is really interchangeable depending on how much information I get. Actually, this is fairly interchangeable. I don't think anyone's going to top Rabute anytime soon. Rabute Gilliam. People say I say this name wrong. How am I saying that wrong? Rabute Gilliam. That's how you say it, man. Rabute Gilliam. Anyways, I think that's it. But now I could commit to learning more about people, and then things are going to change because now I can start doing my longer deep dive videos after I check out one last video, which is
we have no room for hope. We plan and we act. Hope is for dream.
Alfarius. This is it, guys. Alfarius Omegon is the last Primarch to learn about. So I'm gonna do that. Thanks for watching this video, folks. If you guys haven't subscribed, I ask that you guys do so. I'm transitioning to jumping into my final Primarch when we're completing the piece. So I thank you. As always, thanks for supporting this channel. If you don't know, we do have a Patreon, and it's free to join. You can stay updated, suggest content, or vote on polls. If you're interested in our uncut and early reactions to anime, K-drama, Western shows, and movie reactions, which include exclusive reactions not found on YouTube, you can join the upper tiers on Patreon, or you can stick with the edited content right here on YouTube. We got Yaboyrocklee Reactions also in the description of this video. Until next time, I'm out.